If you're thinking about buying a home here in South Carolina, you most likely have heard the term due diligence. But what does that mean? And more specifically, how is it handled in Lexington and Richland counties in South Carolina? That's the question we're gonna get into today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Shaun Nichols. I'm a real estate agent with eXp here in the South Carolina Midlands. So as much as I enjoy creating useful content for YouTube, I love it even more if you'd reach out to me with a real estate need. Myself and my team are always happy to answer your real estate questions, so feel free to comment below or give us a quick call or a text and we'd be happy to help. But let's break down what is due diligence. To put it simply, it's the period of time after you put in an offer to buy a home and the seller accepts that offer for you to check out the property and make sure it's something that you want to buy. Here in the Midlands, it's about 10 business days and it can be extended, but it gives you the time to do all the homework you need and make sure that the home meets all of your needs, because obviously you won't have enough time to do all of that research before submitting your offer, especially in this market where homes are going under contract within a few hours of being listed for sale. But this is your time to go through and verify everything the seller and the listing agent have told you. Is everything true? Is everything that they told you about the home true? It's the time where you can dive into the numbers and the condition of the property and that everything is on the up and up exactly the way you expect it to be, and it gives you the option to terminate the contract before putting your earnest money in jeopardy. If you haven't seen the video where we explain what earnest money is, I'll link that video above. And no matter how thorough you are during your initial walkthrough, you can't check every part of the home. There isn't enough time for that. So your due diligence or inspection period is a chance for you to do all of that research. Now, there are a few things that we highly recommend that you as a buyer do during your due diligence period. The first is to get a professional home inspection. And this isn't like you and your dad walking through the property. This is a professional inspector who does this for a living and will check things like the roof, the electrical system, the plumbing, the foundation, the crawl space, the attics. They go over the home with a fine-tooth comb for hours to ensure that the home is in good condition. And this can usually cost you around $300 to $600 depending on the size of the home. But the inspector's job is to spend hours going over every inch of the home and making sure that it is good for you, and then provide you with a nice big report on the current condition of the home. We actually recommend a few different inspections during this time period, the first one being that general home inspection. But we also recommend getting a specific HVAC inspection to make sure that system is working properly, as well as a COL 100 or a termite inspection. The termite inspection is actually required to get approved for most loans, so that's an important one for you. We also recommend that you visit the neighborhood several times during this period, on different days at different times of day. Go and sit in that area at night and see how you feel about the property. Are people throwing parties next door? Are there people walking or jogging in this neighborhood? What's the traffic like during your commute to and from work? What's the school traffic like? You'll want to know all of this before buying the home, so be sure to check out that area on multiple days at different times of day to get a good feel for that area. During this time, you're also gonna want to check into your homeowner's insurance and get that lined up. You don't want any surprises when it comes to getting homeowner's insurance or flood insurance if it's needed. As you know, we had a major flood here in Columbia a few years back, and that changed the flood zones for the area. So you wanna find out if you're gonna need flood insurance and how much that's gonna cost you on a monthly basis. Now, I get this question a lot. Homeowner's insurance is completely different than renter's insurance. Renter's insurance only covers your items in a home that you're renting. Homeowner's insurance covers the home itself should there be a fire or hail damage, things of that nature. If you need some recommendations on insurance companies for homeowner's insurance, we'd be more than happy to recommend a few of the companies that we've worked with in the past. But you're definitely going to want to look into how much is that insurance going to cost you. You may even want to talk to your auto insurance company and see how moving might change your rates there. I've seen a difference of several $100s in a 6-month premium for moving from one area to another, even within the same state. So that's something else that you might want to look at. So another thing that you're going to want to check during this period is if the home is in an HOA. You'll want to know how much those HOA dues are and if there's going to be a transfer fee. These transfer fees are very common in South Carolina, so you want to know how much that is, as well as what the rules and regulations for that HOA are. Every HOA is different and has different rules about if they allow renters, what type of pets you can have in the home, what type of decorations you can have, and how many pets you can have, even what color you can paint your front door door, and if you can have a fence. Some of these documents can be 500 pages long, so you want to review the rules and regulations of the neighborhood to make sure that you can do what you want with the home. One note on HOAs that a lot of people don't know is that if you don't pay your HOA dues or fines, that the HOA can actually foreclose on your home and sell it to someone else. So you want to pay close attention to the documents that they send you. A few other things that you're going to want to do that real estate agents actually can't do for you during this period is check the crime rates in the area, or if there are any sex offenders that are nearby. Unfortunately, due to Megan's Law, real estate agents are not allowed to check if there's information out there like that. So, unfortunately, due to Megan's Law, real estate agents aren't able to tell you that information. So if it's something you're concerned with, I recommend that you dig into that during your due diligence period. Now, just so you know, a due diligence period is not required. There is an option in the contract to waive this period and buy the home as is. We never recommend this because if you waive that due diligence period, you waive your right to back out of the contract for anything that you might find during the inspection. And the only way you can terminate the contract and get your earnest funds back, again, that video is linked above, is if financing or the appraisal falls through. So that's an option for you, but we only recommend that you do that if you know that no matter what's found on the inspection report, you're going to keep moving forward with buying the house. There's also a third option on the contract that we use here called sold as is with due diligence. That gives you that 10-day period to pull out of the contract, but it just means that you won't be asking the seller to make any repairs on the property based on the findings of the inspections. No matter what option you choose, you always have the right to have the property inspected, and we highly recommend that you do so. If you're thinking about buying a home here in South Carolina, check out the video on screen now that breaks down everything you need to know about buying a home in this area. And if you found this information helpful, we do ask that you hit that like button for me and consider subscribing. My name is Shaun Nichols with eXp Realty, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.